Welcome to all. Now we are going to see about configuration management. So what is configuration management? We have to track and control the work products, all the work products of a software product. What are all the work products we get from software product? During the product development, we have number of milestone reviews which will result in a acceptance of number of work products such as project plan is a work product, requirement specification is a work product, test plan is a work product, and users manual, design documentation, source code are all the individual work products. When a work product passes a milestone review and when one work product is approved in a milestone review, that work product will be placed under configuration control management. That is any further changes, subsequent changes in that particular work product will be done only after the formal agreement between the customer and the developer. So that decision should be made by the um, configuration management team only. When the work product is under the when the particular work product is under the configuration control team, that work product will be labeled as baseline or benchmark. So what is work product? We see user manual or any other thing, project plan or any other thing. For example, if a project plan is approved in a milestone review, that project plan will be placed under the configuration control team. If there is any change in the project plan, we have to maintain some formal agreement between the customer and the developer to do some corrections. So during software maintenance, we have configuration management plan and configuration management tools to track and control the various versions of the work products that constitute a software product. So after the software maintenance phase entered, your first version is delivered. After some correction, your second version is delivered. After correction, some third version will be delivered. So we have to track and control the each and every versions of a software product. So that tracking and controlling the multiple versions of a software product is a major issue in software maintenance. Okay, B Lady and Legman show that, and when we have a large software product and that large product involves the families of version, that is version 1, version 2, version 3, and that each version have some similarity because one version has some addition with the second version, some addition with the third version, some addition with the fourth version. So we have 5 laws based on the large system dynamics proposed by B. Lady and Legman. So the first 2 laws indicate the continuous effort to be needed to maintain the software product. So these are all the 5 laws proposed by B. Lady and Legman. So what is the first law? Continuing change. If a program undergoes continuing change, if the program is continuously changed, means it automatically becomes less useful, because if we are moved to a change, then the product is not up to the expectation only. So the change process will be continued until it is cost effective to replace the program with the recreated version. So that change will be accepted up to the limit that if it is cost effective to replace the program. If it is not cost effective, that change will be stopped. Continuing change will be stopped. What is the second law? Increasing complexity. As the evolving program is changed, its complexity, which reflects the structure and increases unless work is done to maintain or reduce the complexity. If a program is continually changed, automatically its complexity increases because its structure changes and its work increases. So automatically uh, increases the complexity for maintaining the particular program. So this is the second law. And the third law is fundamental law of program evaluation. So program evaluation is subject to a dynamic that makes the programming process and hence measures of global project and system attributes self-regulating with statistically determinable trends and invariance. So program evaluation means it's a dynamic one, it's not a static one. If there is some correction, program will be evaluated dynamic, evaluation will be made dynamically the program process and it measures the system attributes and statistically determine the trends and invariances. What is the fourth law? Conservation of organization stability. That is the global activity rate in a project supporting an evolving program is statistically invariant. That is, if we are continually changing the project, that organization should have the stability to accept the changes. Uh, but it's an invariant one only. Final law is conservation of familiarity. The release content, that is changes, addition, deletions of the successive releases of an evolving program is statistically invariant. So if we have a successive releases, that changes will be an invariant one. We don't have any final conclusion. So these are all the 5 laws. And next we are going to see about the configuration management database. So software tools to support the software configuration management are, there are 2 tools to support the configuration management. So what are all that? Configuration management database and version control library system. So a configuration management database will provide the information about the product structure, current revision number, current status, change request history for each product version. So for each product version, what is the revision number, current status, and request history, all are maintained in the configuration management database. So this database will answer the following questions for the developers. So what are all the questions? How many versions of each product exist? So for a particular product, how many versions are exist? And next question is, how do the versions differ? What is the difference between each versions? And which versions of which products are distributed to which sites? So which versions are suited for which environment? So what documents are available for each versions of each product? Supporting documents. And what is the revision history of each component of each version of each product? And when will the next revision of given component of a given version of a product be available? What configuration, hardware configuration is required to operate a specific version of the product? And which revision constitutes a specific version of the product? And which versions are affected by a given component version? And which versions are affected by a specific error report? And which errors were corrected in a specific revision? How many errors were reported or fixed in the past month? What are the causes of reported product failures? Which components are functionally similar in which versions? Is a given old version still used by some users? What was the configuration of a given version on a given day? So these questions are all answered using the configuration management database. So this is the first tool. And the second tool used for configuration management is version control libraries. So this version control library may be a part of the configuration management database or it may be a standalone tool. So it may be in combination with database, configuration management database, or it may be stand as a individual tool. So configuration management database provide us a macro view of a product family. So it will give us a detailed view of what versions, which date, what are all the error reports, what are all the correction, what are all the differences, all questions. So it gives a macro view of the product family. But version control library controls the various files of the various versions of the software product. So what are all the files involved in each versions are controlled by version control library. So version control library system is not a database, and it cannot be answered as below as above. We have number of set of questions. That questions are not answered by this version control library systems. So what are all the entities, what are all the informations available in version control library means it includes the source code, relocatable object codes, job control commands, data files, supporting documents, and each entity in the library may have an identity stamp, that is version number, date, time, and programmer identity for the particular versions. So what are all the operations to be performed in the library? Or we can create a library, add and delete a component from the library. We can prepare the backup copies, can edit the files, can list the summary statistic, can perform compilation or assembly of specific versions of the systems. So revision control system is one example of a version control library system. So that revision control system or RCS will treat all files as text. If it is a program, data or document, any type of document will be maintained as a text file in the RCS. So using this RCS, we can have different versions of text files can be created, stored and retrieved using this RCS. And changes to versions are logged and changes can be merged to create version. So what is the change between one version and the another version is recorded in the change log. So we are only mention the difference between the successive version. We are not storing all the information about all the versions due to space storage. You are limiting the what is the difference between version 1 and version 2, what is the difference between version 2 and version 3 are all recorded in the change log. So users of RCS can check out the files and check them in under the control of RCS. When the file is checked out, it is locked so that one user will not accidentally override the changes made by another user. When one user reading a file of an RCS and another user will not be allowed to use the same file. So effective configuration management system will integrate the support tools of both configuration management database and version control library system within a single managerial framework. So these are all the two tools which are used to maintain the configuration management.